Let's get more on the collapse and its impact on crypto markets. David Lavecky, the CEO of Canvas Digital, joins me now. Welcome, David. Look, there's been some breaking news on this front. I believe that the U.S. government, our regulators have said that, that people will be made whole?
Yeah, this is amazing and very interesting development that's just come out moments ago, that just now the US Fed have said that they'll step in and they'll make sure that all depositors are whole and there'll be no losses to the taxpayer. So they're demonstrating their commitment to the banking system and ensuring that the depositors' savings remain safe. So that's great news for startups that are involved in this situation.
Yeah, okay. So what we want to know is, from where you sit, what was the real trigger of this collapse?
So Silicon Valley Bank was providing deposit services to a range of startups, both in the US and internationally. They're all holding their deposits there, and they've often got other lines of facilities with the bank. Given they were making withdrawals across the previous few months and few weeks, that led to the bank having to sell their equity or securities or bonds in order to fulfill those withdrawal requests. And so what that led to is comments from the bank saying that they had to shore up their liquidity, and that led to a bank run. It essentially led to panic, which fed in and of itself. Everyone withdrew their capital from the bank, which ultimately led to its insolvency going into the weekend last week, and the regulators stepping in and taking control over the bank.
Okay, so this is not just an issue for the startups, and we'll leave moral hazard and everything that really led to this collapse to one side. What are the reverberations that have been felt across other asset classes as well, including crypto?
So there are interconnections with other parts of, say, crypto. So as an example, Circle, which is an issuer of one of the largest stable coins called USDC, they held deposits, part of their collateral, all their cash, part of their cash reserves were held at the banks such as Silvergate and Signature Bank and Silicon Valley Bank. And so that means that that cash is essentially uncertain if it can be withdrawn. Whilst they did request to withdraw it prior to the shutdown, it's uncertain if it will come back. And so there are potentially implications across the space and reverberations, but it seems that those can be absorbed by having diversification within the collateral of the stablecoin like USDC.
Yes, but could this be the potential trigger for further pain in the crypto space? FTX is one story, but if we continue to see some of the contagion spreading, there could be potential further fallout.
So Circle and USDC is a very different entity than what we've seen happening previously in the crypto space. They're very well capitalized, they have very well diversified collateral of the stablecoin that sits behind it. And so in that respect, it seems to be a bit different. And so whilst there are implications for the space as a whole, what we've seen even over the last day is that the losses that were initially seen, or the price differential between the $1 US peg of USDC, that's closed now, and we're looking that as Monday opens and banks start to make withdrawals regularly, that will close back to its $1 peg.
Okay, now when you think about any implications for the fintech scene, the startup scene, the crypto scene here in Australia, what is it?
Well, if you can't trust the money in the bank, that's very concerning. And so if you've raised venture capital and you're holding it in a bank such as Silicon Valley Bank, and you're uncertain about if you can withdraw your payroll and if you can withdraw your working capital, that's a very concerning situation. And so you have to source capital from other areas. And so now that they're saying that the banks will be remaining available, I think it's business as usual and things will continue for startups, but there would be a lot of angst today about where is my money and is it safe and can I make payroll?